What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And with all these new player releases with the NFL 100, a lot of you guys have been asking about the lineman, the tight end who was Tony Gonzalez. Well, I'm not really interested in him primarily because his run block is so low. If you guys want to kind of see what these cards can do, easily play the solos that are available, get their power-ups for free, and then check out their max levels to kind of see if it does it go with what you're trying to do? Because if it doesn't, just stay away from it. It doesn't make any sense to even proceed with it. Obviously, in the next 3 weeks, everybody's going to be getting a free 94 overall Centennial player, whichever one you want, for free. It's going to be a nat. You can't trade it. You can't do anything else with it, but you can have it on your team. I've already been talking about it regularly, so everybody that watches the videos can kind of know. If you play those solos that are available for the NFL 100 after the 6-week period, you will get a free 94 overall of whatever card you want. So now, when you look at everything like that, the 88 speed, you add some sprinter on him, he gets a 91 with the John Madden coach, everything looks good. That run block, absolutely disgusting. It's a deal breaker. Right now, George Kittle is probably still the best tight end in the game as far as run blocking and speed. Obviously, Evan Ingram has, better speed, but he doesn't have the run block or the impact block or the other things that make George Kittle so good. So if you're looking to invest coins on a team, even if you have a Kansas City theme team, that run blocking is kind of suspect. All right. So, and remember, for those of you guys that are new to the channel, or even my veterans, we all know that height does not matter in this game. I literally get picked off by guys that can't even see my kneecap in this game. So you don't have to worry about, like, Tony Gonzalez would be a key player. Put it like this. If this game played like the real NFL, or like realism with the height of a small guy to a big guy, all of these bigger, slower players would be a lot more seeked out on other people's teams. There was a time in Madden 15 where I played against all tight ends. And then I had to realize, oh snap, I got to put tight ends on my team too, because if dudes are one-on-one, it's automatic. Sometimes they would drop the ball, but in certain cases they would catch it simply because they were bigger and you put it up high. That is not the case in Madden 20. You're going to have to go by attributes and what, certain abilities that you have, and you're going to just have to have better abilities than your opponent. That is the only way you're going to survive in this game. So I need to make sure that I give you guys the proper tools. Because if I don't give you those tools, I feel like I'm not giving you guys what you need to win. And it's like, yo, what am I doing? Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of entertainment, stuff like that. But I want you guys to win games. I don't want you guys, even when we joke around like, yo, Andrew Luck, we're running around like an idiot and stuff. Yeah, we do that, but we're doing that to win games. So with adding this player right here, who is Larry Allen, he's going to, maximize your potential to run the ball. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, but Gmia, you're passing now too, so why would you invest in a lineman? The linemen are the most critical part of this game, because if you watch anybody play for money, like these competitive players or whatever, you'll notice that if their game is run-based, their O-line is the first thing that they look at. Everything else can be secondary. You can even have a bum wide running back that doesn't have abilities if your O-line is really good, because those capabilities and what they add give you a different dimension for your squad. So that's why it's necessary. If you're not going to do that, you're going to lose a lot more games than winning them if you're just going to run around and, do whatever you're doing. Now, you will get some wins because Andrew Luck just does whatever he wants with Dashing Deadeye, but you're not going to win consistently unless you first have the proper alignment in place for either passing or running. It's just what it is. All right, now, I want to go ahead and break down some things. Larry Allen actually gets 95 run block on his card as like the final power-up tier. Going back to Madden 19, I had a theory, and many of you guys disagreed with me early on, and then later on you're like, yo, you're probably onto something. My theory is whatever the card actually says when you go to do the final tier power-up, whatever you see there, that's realistically the max potential of the card. So what does that mean? Let me show you what I'm talking about. When you look at Larry Allen at his final tier, right? You see that 95? Theoretically, that 95 goes and is going to play similar for that specific attribute. In my opinion, from 95 to 99, it's going to be the same thing. The reason that I can kind of predict that is because that's been going on for a while over the last couple of years of Madden as they've been manipulating some of the attributes. The 95 through 99 tier for certain attributes, they all play the same. Like, I can guarantee you, if I made Larry Allen a 99 strength, I would see no difference in the way he played in the game. You see what I'm saying? But if you're below that tier, like 91 to 94 and something like that, you can see a slight difference. Now, speed is the only thing that's unique. Throw power also is unique because you can tell the difference. Once you get to like 95 throw power, you can see that he can't throw the ball like a 92, 93. So you have to kind of, you know, look at what the attribute is on this thing right here. Then when you go to add other chemistries, like we put power run on him, so it's going to increase his lead block and his impact blocking. You can kind of see, all right, you know, I had him at a 90 on his final tier of the, you know, of his card. So he should play the same way between like a, you know, 91, 94 type thing. But when you look at the 95 with run block power and run block, you can bet your bottom dollar that this dude right here is going to be having pancakes for days. And I've already done it. I've already, you know, I played a game with him. I'm like, yo, hold on. And you know what's ill about it? You don't even have to leave him at right guard. You can put him at right tackle in the game, and he's a 93 overall, but he plays like a maniac off the edge at a tackle position. So I would recommend that you put him at a tackle position. Now, you don't got to waste the time with the secondary position thing, because you can just sub him in right at the screen. Just press the R1 button, take him out, put him where you want him. But he plays unbelievable at those positions. So I would recommend that you put him in at like a right tackle situation, and you know, put whoever your right tackle is at tight end or something like that, and just watch what he does at the right tackle position in the run game. The run, bro. Yo, listen, most of you guys were there for the live stream. If you guys haven't checked out the most recent live stream, go to the playlist right here at GmiasWorld and look at Madden 20 live stream and just check the most recent one. And just pay attention to what Larry Allen is doing, bro. That dude is a monster. Now, with everybody else that was released, I went over it earlier. I'm going to touch on it briefly again. All of these positions, right, that were released for the NFL 100 for the linemen, Larry Allen is the best. After that, you can probably look at Munoz and say, you know, is he probably better than Joe Thomas? Yeah, he is. In certain ways, he is. But is he that dominant to where you got to be like, yo, I got to get this dude? Like, is it like that or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you got to start to evaluate when you look at these players. Because if you just want to get rid of them, say you got tired of Joe Thomas, say you mad at him because they nerfed Nasty Streak, and you like, you know what? This dude kind of low-key trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing with this guy? If you do it along those lines, right, you're probably not going to notice much of a difference, to be honest, between Munoz and Joe Thomas, because they're very, very similar cards. So let's just take a look at what I'm talking about, right? This is what I do when I'm evaluating the card. Keep in mind, EA does not show the chem values on the right side. So he has more strength because of Brawler, and he has speed and all that other stuff, but you don't see it, right? But just take a look at the things that make Munoz a better card just off rip before his power up. His run block power is better. His run block is better. Okay? Pass block power is better. Strength is better. But by how much? Like, what are you really gaining? See, this is the thing. If you want to start spending coins right before the Zero Chill promo, I don't recommend it. I never will recommend it because you never know how they're going to do the progression of the actual promo. So you have to be careful. And I have a lot more to talk to you guys about that coming soon. So just stay tuned. I got another video just kind of dictating exactly what you need to be doing. But as far as this go, as much as I hate that Joe Thomas and Nasty Street got patched, Munoz is really not that big of a deal. Okay, he's just not that big of a deal. With everything, it's like, okay, it's pretty much you just want a new card. You know what? You got money in the bank. You're like, all right, I gotta go spend this. That's pretty much all that is with Munoz. That's it. Everything else that follows after that, it's not really that big of a deal. Okay. Now let's go to the left. What do we got? We got the left guard. First of all, we're gonna go to NFL 100 just to make sure that everything is set there. This one right here will probably be a good bid. If we could get him for like 400K, we'd probably go back to that. I'll probably see if I could win that. That's low-key glitchy right there. All right, left guard. Bruce Matthews. Is he worth it? Is he a guy that's going to come out there and make major impact? Yes, he looks like he has to take a dump and he just had Chipotle and he swallowed a jalapeno pepper, but is he really better? Now, notice on the right side that, again, you don't get the chems from the power run or the brawler. So just keep that in mind. Now, you see a lot more green on the left side, but by how much? 3, 2, you got the pass block footwork. You got 5 more there. Run block's the same, which is what we care about here at GmiasWorld. Run block power, 1 less. You know what I'm saying? Run block footwork, 2 more. Like, is that really that big of a deal? That's up to you to determine. For me, Larry Allen clearly stood out. He was clearly the best guy to go after. The center, again, same situation. When you look at the fact, look, he's all the way down to 497. You know people ain't feeling him. All right, so you look at that situation. Travis Frederick, right? He's slow as dirt, and he couldn't outrun a dead caterpillar. But look at his numbers. What are we missing here? Okay, the pass block, that's great. We don't really pass the ball too much. Pass block footwork, we're extremely better. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Run block power, run block footwork. What are we really doing here? See, that's what you got to look at. Like, it's all well and good. Yo, Gmia, I got every single one of them. But at what cost? You see what I'm saying? Like, what does it do? And I already showed you Larry Allen. Then we go to right tackle, and then Jonathan Ogden, they just outright put him in another position. Like, yo, whatever. I'm just going to do whatever we want. We're EA Sports. Whatever. Doesn't matter to us. Now, let's take a look at this. The one major factor that you guys probably all looked at, and you're like, wow, is the strength. Because he's so much stronger. He's at that final tier from the 95 to 99. That is the primary reason why you could argue this. But then you could also argue that the game has changed a lot since the beginning of the year when they first released it, and strength doesn't matter as much. You could argue that as well. But then there really is no denying the run block power, the run block footwork. You see what I'm saying? Because that's pretty much primarily what we look for. The only other thing you could say is he has a 60 speed and Lane Johnson has an 80. My thing is, I wouldn't get rid of Lane Johnson no matter what. I would just always put him at tight end because he's fast enough to move around and get out in front at that position. And then you could go and get a Jonathan Ogden or whatever, upgrade that. But the strength is what makes that ideal. That's what makes him insane. You know, you could get away with, the run block or whatever because it's still around the same tier once it's tiered up and everything. 91 to 94, all probably gonna be the same, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So those are just some of the things that I wanted to break down and make you understand exactly what's going on. Larry Allen, getting him, having a backup right guard and playing him at right tackle, putting one of your other tackles at tight end, it's ridiculous right now. Will EA patch it soon? Probably. You already know what it's about, bro. But at the end of the day, if you put this monster right here on your squad, you are going to win more games in the run game. Many of you guys have already told me that you've been winning all weekend league just running up the field with this guy and just following behind his blocks. Trust me, I've seen it as well. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Let me know in the comments how many of these NFL 100 linemen you have. What is your MUT level? Have you checked out the video where I show you guys how to get your MUT level in 3 hours? Let me know. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.